Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another, not Thomas Wooden Railway review, but a Brio, Wooden Railway review. Brio Thomas the Tank Engine. And we are going to be taking a look at, brand new in their boxes, Splatter and Dodge. Now this is my first time ever having a Brio Thomas the Tank Engine item in front of me, in person, in my life, and wow, I think Brio is so heavily underrated when it comes to Thomas merchandise. And when I say that, I'm talking about Wooden Railway. Splatter and Dodge here, they are incredible. Those faces right off the bat, those are amazing. I have regular Wooden Railway Splatter and Dodge, and their faces just seem kind of dull and lifeless compared to these. These look fantastic. So without further ado, we are going to be getting into these guys and opening them up. Yes, we are not keeping them in their boxes. We are going to be box opening these guys. So first off, you will notice that the Brio packaging has a green border on them. We also have the Thomas and the Magic Railroad logo. I think that looks amazing. We have the track here going all the way to the nameplate. Bronze nameplate Splatter. Brio Wooden Railway System. The Britt Allcroft Company. Ages 2 and up, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Beautiful. And then on the right side here, we have Thomas, Splatter, James, Lady, Diesel 10, Thomas, Splatter, James. Man, I really got to try and collect some more new in-box Brio Wooden Railway items because these are really cool. On the back side here, collect Thomas and all of his friends. Made by Brio, Sweden 2000. I had no idea Brio was in Sweden. I had no idea. 2000, Thomas and the Magic Railroad is a trademark of the Britt Allcroft Incorporated in the USA. Visit the Thomas website at www.thomasthetankengine.com. That's how based Brio Wooden Railway was back in the day. You literally could go to thomasthetankengine.com and find the Brio items. We really are living in the dark ages of Thomas and Friends. Oh my gosh, I don't think any of us realized how good it was back then when we were in the moment. My gosh, because when you could just go on Thomas and Friends, thomasthetankengine.com, and I guess just see all the merchandise, everything with the TV series. It's truly a lost time. So then here we have Dodge. Sadly, the price tag was covering Thomas's face. There is no price tag on Splatter's box, thankfully. But Dodge also looks fantastic. Same thing on the back side. Nothing new here. There is a Thomas and Friends Brio pamphlet that we will be taking a look at. So that's going to be exciting. So without further ado, I guess we will open these boxes live on camera. Now, the one thing I will say about Brio boxes is that I don't think they were designed the best. As you can see, this Dodge box is bent. And okay, we're back. So as I was saying, as you can see, this Dodge box is bent because of how the boxes are designed and how you open them. So essentially, you kind of have to apply pressure on the top side because you have to get these like plastic pieces clipped. So there we go. So this was easier, but I can see if, you're not someone who really cares about the boxes and you just want to rip it open, then you're going to bend the cardboard. And it is normal for this cardboard just to slide out. So essentially it just goes in there and you clip it together and that's the box. So we'll try and keep that intact. Here is Splatter. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Look at Splatter. So I guess before we get into Dodge, I'll put their boxes right back here. They're going to fall over, aren't they? Yeah, they're going to fall over. These boxes don't hold up on their own without an engine in them. So I guess I'll just put it off to the side. But here is the Brio pamphlet. To give Brio is to give the best. I don't know about that. Brio Wooden Railway System. I don't know about that. Brio is... They made a lot of good Thomas and Friends items, but Thomas Wooden Railway by Learning Curve is on top, as always. So we have the OG Thomas the Tank Engine logo, Britt Allcroft Thomas Limited, 1999. Made in Sweden. Brio Wooden Railway System, the Britt Allcroft Company, and then the classic Thomas the Tank Engine picture. I just realized he's going from his normal track onto the Brio track, so that's pretty cool. So I guess we'll open it. Oh my goodness. You can just see all the classic items. Don't worry, we'll take a better look at it once I get this pamphlet to like physically stay. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. To give Brio is to give the best. So here we have the battery-powered Brio Thomas. I had no idea this existed. Oh my gosh. For added play feature, the engine also features auto stop and start, which can be used in conjunction with auto stop and start track. Oh my, that's cool. I kind of wish Wooden Railway had that. That would have been peak. That's kind of like a Tomy feature, Trackmaster feature. That's very cool. This is my first time seeing a Brio pamphlet, so I'm kind of just taking it in. All aboard the Brio Wooden Railway system. Welcome to the Brio Wooden Railway system. Look out for battery-powered Thomas. All Brio Thomas Wooden Railway sets, engines, and accessories are carefully detailed to recreate the popular characters from the TV series. Collect them all. I'm also wondering when the last year of Brio Thomas Wooden Railway was, simply because I'd never collected it. So I guess I'm just like wondering what the lifespan was of this line. I don't think it was very long. But going down, new for 1999 was Sir Handel, Duncan, Rusty, and the Diesel. Oh my goodness. I did do a Brio Wooden Railway tier list about a year and a half ago, I'd say. Or, you know, over a year ago. Last winter I did one. So I have seen some of these engines before. I think Birdie's very nice. Look at that Birdie face. Pretty cool. Terrence, some people might say this Terrence is better than my Wooden Railway Terrence. He's just got more length to him, I guess. His caterpillars do look a bit better. Wow, yeah, Terrence is very different from Wooden Railway. Sir Handel honestly looks pretty good. Duncan looks pretty good, just like a taller funnel. Rusty's actually pretty good. I mean, I'd say Rusty's a bit too big. But I guess they're just using the same chassis. But I'm glad that the black front on Rusty is not too big. The Diesel, he looks pretty cool. I think the Wooden Railway version's better. Then we have Thomas, Annie, and Clarabelle. Annie and Clarabelle do look good. We have Edward. Edward looks very nice. So does James. We also have Duke, Peter, Sam. So that's also another thing. So this was late in the 90s, and Brio had enough balls to recreate Sir Handel, Duncan, Rusty, Peter, Sam, and Duke. And Scarlowe and narrow gauge engines. No Brio Rheneas, sadly. Rheneas got shafted in both Wooden Railway lines. Rheneas has never had a good Thomas Wooden Railway learning curve release, and he's never had a good Wooden Railway release, period, and Brio didn't even make them. Then we have Brio Duck. Duck looks nice. I'm just not a big fan of the red running boards. It kind of reminds me of Take Along. I'm not the biggest fan of Take Along. Then we have the Windmill. The Windmill looks pretty strange. It does have a green windmill part, I guess. Windmill blades, whatever you want to call that. Then we have Henry. Henry looks nice. Diesel, pretty standard. I think Diesel probably looks similar to Splatter and Dodge in person, obviously. Same class of Diesel. Then we have Gordon. Daisy, their Troublesome Truck looks pretty cool. It has a printed laughing face, where these are like directly, I guess these are directly printed on, where this actually has like a painted laughing face. Thomas, Annie, Clarabelle gift pack. Percy, I do like that Percy. Then we have Stepney. Stepney looks nice. Want a taller funnel though. Stepney's funnel is just way too small. Then we have Cranky the Crane, Brendan Docks piece right there. That Cranky's pretty interesting. I guess I have to see it in person, what he looks like. The face is a bit too small in this pamphlet to tell. New Railway Crossing expansion pack. That's more just like a Brio piece. That's not really a Thomas the Tank Engine piece, which kind of sucks. Henry's tunnel, I'm guessing that's just a reused Brio tunnel, but it does have the brick of where Henry got bricked up. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it even fits on top of the track. Look at that. It has like an underside to it, like a little hole underneath, so you can actually just rest the brick right on top of the track that goes through the tunnel. That is, Wooden Railway didn't do that. That's very cool. What a W for Brio. Then we have the 4 figure packs. Sir Topham had a workman, and I'm guessing just one passenger and another engineer. That's a very nice pack. Yo, part of me wants to pick up those figures. Those figures look very nice. Topham looks cool. Topham looks like just like the OG Topham render from like those DVDs and such. Then we have Wellsworth Station. We got Wellsworth Station and Brio Thomas Wooden Railway. I had no idea. That comes with a Station Master. I'm not the biggest fan of the Brio building designs. You see like those scattered red bricks and then like the beige like background. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Then we have the engine shed. Interesting. It's a lot different from this engine shed. I have a feeling a lot of people might prefer this one over the Wooden Railway one. Who knows? I just think this one's more of a Sodor engine shed. This is more of just like a Brio-fied version. I don't know. So that is it for the pamphlet. Also have Toby. Toby looks pretty much the same as Wooden Railway. I like Peter Sam. Duke is nice. Yeah, so a lot of good-looking items. Brio Thomas Wooden Railway cooked. It just comes down to whether or not you're so used to learning curve, you're just not going to be the biggest fan of Brio stuff. I also think the destinations really hurt this entire line. I'm wondering if they made Tidmouth sheds. I don't think they did. But if they did, that would have been really cool. We also have Scruffy. Interesting. No express coaches, I'm guessing, either, so that's a shame. But a lot of cool items that you saw right there. So there's a look at the pamphlet. We were 10 minutes in. We got to get into Splatter and Dodge. Oh, my gosh. So I guess we'll open up Dodge live on camera here. As you can see, this box is a lot more bent. You can already see the trouble. You don't want to bend the box, but you got to get the plastic unhooked. There we go. I just devalued a Brio NIB Splatter and Dodge. These are sticking with me for life. These are absolutely gorgeous releases. Wow. Even they have so much weight to them, which I was not expecting. Oh my. They have so much weight. Like, these are solid blocks of wood. Wow. Talk about quality. My goodness. So there is Splatter and Dodge, everybody. Wow. I am at a loss for words. I think I like these way more than the Wooden Railway ones. Especially the faces. Now, some people might not like this like light gray that Splatter and Dodge have all over them, considering that Wooden Railway used a much darker gray. Here's my NIB Splatter and Dodge from Wooden Railway. And we all know what they look like. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of that dark gray. I know it's accurate to the movie. It definitely is more accurate. There's their faces. We've all seen those, but I just feel like these have so much more life to them. Now, maybe it's the wheels also that are like messing with how I look at these guys, just because, I mean, Wooden Railway's got the normal wheels, and this has got Brio wheels. It's very weird. I've been reviewing Wooden Railway items, and now I have two Brio items in front of me. Splatter and Dodge, though, absolutely peak. Take a look at their faces. Oh my, that is... I love that the eyes are painted. I think that, like, if Wooden Railway had painted the eyes from the start, I love the 90s items, but when the painted eyes are done right, oh my, they look good. There's Splatter and Dodge. They're a bunch of goofballs in the movie, Diesel 10's useless henchmen. So I think these faces capture them perfectly. These really just remind me of the faces of when they get covered in sneezing powder everywhere from Harold, and Thomas is sneezing and Diesel dumps sneezing powder everywhere. So that reminds me of that scene, their faces. Very nice. I mean, it's hard to explain how nice these are on camera, because in person, they look so much better. Nothing on the bottom. Do they even have dated wheels? No, they don't. So that's interesting. Brio does not have dated wheels, just numbers. No name, nothing on the bottom. No information. Just Brio on the back, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So I guess this is their version of labeling. But I guess, why wouldn't you find a way to label them and put it on the bottom? I guess, like, put the sticker on the bottom and make the sticker smaller. It does say Brio Britt Allcroft Thomas Limited 1996. You can see right there. Yeah. Britt Allcroft Thomas Limited 1996. Just reusing the older Brio stickers. Yeah, you know, I would much prefer if they were on the bottom. So I guess that's the main negative here. I guess the two negatives I have with Brio, Splatter, and Dodge is not even Splatter and Dodge's fault or how they're designed. It's simply just the Brio choices. The Brio wheels, I do not prefer. And then the Brio stickers on the back should have been on the bottom. But other than that, I have no issue with these guys. And the colors are very rich. Like I said, the Wooden Railway versions are kind of like dull. These are much brighter. Much brighter. I think I prefer these versions as like, if you want like a toy Splatter and Dodge, I think that these are the ones to go with. These guys also run very smoothly, the Brio engines, which is, I think it's due to the wheels. Oh, geez. Well, that's a turntable. That's not Brio. Very nice. So overall, I mean, yeah, there's not much negative to take away here. Just very solid releases. I mean, it's hard to, they just look better in person. They feel better, they feel smoother, they have a lot of weight to them. They just look great. I mean, the faces, I'm such a big fan of Magic Railroad, so I mean, those faces are so spot on. Splatter and Dodge are like the most useless henchmen in the movie, and I think it's so funny that they're basically just chilling on the railway because of Diesel 10. And like these faces just represent them so perfectly. But anyways, there's so much weight to them. This is crazy. Here are the magnets. They're very similar to Wooden Railway. They are smaller. You can kind of see the main differences, obviously. If I take my 1996 Troublesome Truck, they are just as strong. Brio magnets, I would not say are weak. They're just a bit smaller. And especially compared to my 1994 Troublesome Truck, you just see the differences. So the magnets are not the problem at all. Like I said, just the Brio wheels, even though they run very smoothly, they really do, but then just the stickers. But anyways, that has been my box opening of brand new Brio Splatter and Dodge. Honestly, a 10 out of 10. Besides the issues that are Brio's fault and not the Wooden Railway, engine's fault, I mean, I have no complaints. And like I said, we have Wooden Railway, Splatter, and Dodge in the back. So let me know down below, which versions do you prefer? We have the older Wooden Railway packaging, then we have the updated packaging, and now we have this Brio packaging, which, I mean, guys, what do you prefer here? We got a lot going on here. What Brio... I mean, do you prefer the Brio packaging? Do you prefer Brio, Splatter, and Dodge? I think these faces are undefeated. I think they're much better than these faces. We have Wooden Railway, Splatter, and Dodge. So let me know your thoughts on all of this down below. I will be taking a look at another brand new Brio engine in the next review. Yeah, this has been it for this review. Brio, Splatter, and Dodge. Cannot recommend enough. They are absolutely incredible. Very underappreciated Wooden Railway releases, that's for sure. Underappreciated Thomas and Friends merchandise, for sure. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.